Hello, everyone. This is Steve from the Micro E Futures slash Equities ETC trading room, also from Beyond the Trades on social media, YouTube. I wanted to take this opportunity today to review some common mistakes traders are making. Now, I've been having the opportunity to speak to many of the traders who are in the Micro E futures room, as well as the equities ETC trading room. So I've had an opportunity, especially with new members, new traders, to see some of the mistakes they have been making in their thought processes that's affecting the way they execute their trades and their strategies. So this brief video I'm doing is going to be discussing some of those, and it's not just recently. We have been running the trading room now for 3 years. So these are common problems, not only over the past 3 years, but these are common problems that Mike Bellafiore and the folks at SMB Capital Training also see in some of their new traders or interns that they hire. So it's not just what I feel we're going to be discussing. It's actually going to be what professional traders on Wall Street, or new traders, are taught. And it's very important to realize that, okay? There are a lot of myths, band-aids, shortcuts that people, gurus, are teaching on social media about the way you should trade or new traders should trade. Many of them are not successful retail traders or even institutional traders, meaning working for a prop desk. And really, they have no business giving the advice. So this is going to be more of ways for us to think like a professional trader. So what are some of these common mistakes that new traders make? Number one, it's going to seem so obvious, but the fear of losing money. A lot of folks get into trading, okay, with the hopes of making money, as we know. However, this fear of losing money while they are learning really cripples them. It cripples them in that they develop such bad habits. Number one, they could be under bankrolled, meaning they do not have a large enough trading account to trading, all right? And there are many documents and trading materials. We have them in our trading room that can discuss what a proper trading bankroll is, so I won't go through that here. But being under bankroll is a major fear, because now the traders will spend each and every trade not doing or executing properly, but doing everything possible not to lose money. Now, of course, you need risk management and you should never lose money. But if your main goal for the trading day or the trade is not to lose any money, that is your main goal, then the way to achieve that is simply don't trade. Because if you don't trade and you shut your computer off, you reached your goal, because your goal was not to lose any money. All right. So that sounds silly, but you can see how that cannot be a goal. Because if that is your goal, I simply do not want to lose money on this trade. I can help you achieve 100% success rate doing that. Simply don't trade. So this fear of losing money prompts many to paper trade, meaning trade on sim. And although paper trading in sim is very good for trying out new strategies that you can't backtest, or to learn how to execute a trade, meaning entry, exit for a new brokerage that you might be using, the reality is that sim trading is not real trading with real money and with the emotions of real money. All you are doing is developing bad habits, because you're not trading in the real environment that you need to be trading in with real money. So what new traders should do is simply trade as low as possible. All right, if you're trading equities, why not trade one share? In this day and age of no commissions, you can actually trade a couple of shares and still get that feel of real money. And trust me, regardless of the size of the trade, trading with even a little amount of money, all right, there's some emotions behind it. All right. And if you're trading, on the futures, trade one micro E-mini for an example. So fear of losing money cripples a lot of new traders. And if your mindset is that, you need to overcome it. All right. And you need to overcome it by doing, not by avoiding. The other thing that many new traders have, and this cripples even the best traders. I see a lot of old-time traders before the advent of online trading and electronic trading and algorithms and AI, they would suffer a big loss. Okay, and that one big loss, I call it the big memory loss, now cripples them going forward. All right, all they are concerned about is how that one big loss totally crippled them, and they develop all sorts of band-aid habits, all right, bad habits that will include cutting winners way, way short for no valid reason to exit the trade other than they want to avoid that big one loss that they experienced maybe a year, 2 or more ago. And what that prevents from them is having their winners actually pay off the way winners are supposed to pay off. And Mike Bellafiore at S&B Capital, the founder of S&B Capital, states, to quote him, actually, that new traders' biggest mistake, okay, is not giving back their gains on winning trades, because everyone's going to give back their gains on winning trades if they're exiting when they're supposed to be exiting with a valid reason. Because losing trading is part of winning. The best traders in the world will lose over 40% of the time. That's a lot of losing. So giving back gains on a trade is not the end of the world, right? But to avoid a big winner because you want to lock in a trade with no other reason than just to cut it short so you could feel good about yourselves and that trade be green based on one big memory loss that you may have had is totally wrong, and it's a bad habit, and you will bleed to death. Okay, you might not blow up right away, but you will eventually blow up. You're just preserving yourself or prevented the ultimate outcome. Okay, very few traders can start off scared and super passive and eventually make it as a trader because they develop too many bad habits. So the key takeaway here, the quote from Bellafiore to be exact, is the biggest mistake new traders make is not giving back their gains, is not letting their winners run. And I'll repeat what Bellafiore said. The biggest mistake traders make is not giving back their gains, contrary to what you may think or what others may be teaching you. But the biggest mistake is not letting your winners run. And to know that, you need a valid reason to exit your trade. Why are you exiting your trade? Always ask yourself that before you enter the trade, okay, including where you'll be exiting, if the trade is going good for you, bad for you, or if you're scaling down. The other common mistake new traders make, unrealistic expectations. Many new traders come into this game wanting that Lambo, wanting that mansion. As one of the members in our room say, they want to be part of the 2 comma club, meaning the $1 million club. They come into the room expecting, okay, unrealistic expectations for the amount of money they can make, and they have unrealistic expectations, okay, as far as how quickly they will succeed. So let's take the first one, all right? Becoming a millionaire trading. That's going to be hard. I know there are some folks in our own room that have done that, okay, in our equitiesetc.com, microefutures.com room, okay? But they're the minority, okay? Trading, day trading at least, is a good way to make a decent living or decent paycheck if you're doing it properly, and very few do. To get wealthy at doing it, you often need to take some of those profits you are making and invest it in other asset producing income. But I don't want to derail anyone, because there are some folks that have done it, especially if you're getting funded, we're one of our funding partners. And if you're a member of our trading room, you understand we have partners that provide funding to our traders if they pass an evaluation test. So feel free to check that out if you're not a member of our room who's listening to this video. So unrealistic expectations part 2, right? That you think you're going to jump into trading your first or second year and be profitable. I believe out of 6,000 members we've signed up in 2 years, we might have 2 or 3 that have become profitable full-time traders in less than 2 years. And one of them, All Day Ray, came from a professional poker background, so he understood risk management very well coming into the game. So he had his emotions in check, where most new traders will not have their emotions in check and will suffer all of these common mistakes new traders make. So unrealistic expectation, you are going to lose money. Understand that, all right? So if you are going to lose money, you might as well lose money developing good habits and thinking and trading like a professional trader. Right now, we recommend the playbook by Mike Bellafiore as an excellent guide to understanding all the details of how a professional trader acts, right? And that is called the playbook by Mike Bellafiore. It also goes into detail about creating that playbook. It also is a book that not only are the professional traders at S&B Capital required to read, including their new ones, but also the interns at some of these major investment banks on Wall Street. It is that highly recommended. It is actual study material they must use, all right? Because if you work as a new trader or intern on Wall Street, you cannot develop these bad habits or common mistakes that we are talking about. So if you understand that you are going to lose money and you understand that you're going to trade and scale down, because you're not going to make money that first or second year realistically. So trade small. You're able to trade the right way by letting your winners run, by exiting only when you have a valid reason versus quitting in the middle of the day. And again, you've heard me repeat this. So many traders will have a good morning of trading in our room and say, that's it, I'm done. I'm going to lock up my day. And I'm like, why? Why are you quitting trading? Is it out of fear that you're going to give back? Is it out of fear that you're not going to feel good if you give some of that money back at the end of the day? Why in your right mind, if you're trading in the zone properly, your A-plus setups, and you're trading so well in the morning, why would you want to stop? Okay. Now, I'm not saying get reckless. I am saying you continue to trade your A-plus setups only if your A-plus setups appear. And maybe in the afternoon, if you give back 25% of your winning money from the morning, then you can call it quit. It accomplishes 2 things. Number one, you end up the day with a very good trading day of 75% because you only gave back 25%. And number 2, you allowed yourself to have that monster trading day. Because if you are trading that good in the morning, very well possible you will continue trading to the end of the day very well and have a very, very strong trading day. Now, the flip side of that, the paradox of this is new traders, if they have a bad morning of trading, and they should quit because they are not in the zone, they are not trading their A-plus setups, they should stop for the day. Nope, what they will do is continue to trade all the way up to 4 o'clock, all the way up to 4 o'clock and lose a ton of money. So they do it all backwards, all right? So that is something to understand about what common mistakes are, all right? And understand no one's advocating to trade recklessly or without risk management, all right? But understand that risk management doesn't just include protecting all your capital, because if that's all it include, like I said earlier, just shut your computer down and don't trade. You protected all your capital. No, risk management. Now listen to me here. Risk management also includes maximizing the profits on your A-plus trades. So if you are not maximizing your profits, letting your winners run when they need to run, when there's no valid reason to exit, if you're not doing that, you have poor risk management. And you'll hear many gurus won't even mention that aspect of risk management that they teach at S&B Capital. And we also teach on our equities ETC side of the room. Next common mistake new traders make, not investing in yourself. What do I mean by not investing in yourself? So you're taking up this challenge of trading that for a career or to make money. You understand that very small percent of traders will succeed at that. We understand that, all right? That's not me speaking. Those are the statistics. Yet you will go to a gunfight, okay, with a water pistol. And what I mean by that is I see traders in the room that will not invest a dime in the proper software tools that they need. If they're trading in the equities ETC room, they will not invest in the trade ideas, AI, back testing, odds maker software we use that provide us with statistically profitable setups to trade. They will not investing in that, which is under $100 in some cases. We have traders that will not invest in Sierra charting over on the futures side or whatever market profile TPO charting software they're looking to use. All right, they will not invest in that money for themselves. All right, I understand that for some they want to keep the costs down, but you know, I really can't feel sorry for anyone that is not willing to go out, get a part-time job or side hustle, okay, to come up with an extra $100. That's all we're talking about, $100 at the most to get the proper software. You need to invest in yourself. You need to also invest in learning from multiple individuals. There is not one person out there, myself included, that is going to teach you everything you need to know about trading. All right. You need to learn from multiple different people and have an open mind. Take what works for you from each of those individuals who, number one, are proven successful, profitable traders in 2022. All right. You do not want to develop bad habits, okay, by learning from individuals that are not profitable in this day and age. And then you take what works for them, but what works for you. And then you develop from multiple individuals or sources a trading style that you can call your own. I and many other individuals have never met a long-term successful trader that has blindly copied and followed another person's way of trading. So understand that, please. Okay. Next common mistake new traders make, not getting serious enough in the beginning. What I mean by that is not doing what we're discussing on this webinar from day one. They're just simply not serious enough. They are going into trading half-assed, tipping their toes in the water slowly versus jumping in, taking their lumps and doing it the right way, okay? And doing it the right way is such a key that I keep repeating over and over again. They're not serious enough. They want to trade with $500, $1,000. They'll do everything to protect that money, all right? And they'll just, eventually they're going to lose that money. They're not protecting nothing, but they're just developing bad habits along the way that will never help them. Remember, okay, what we discussed earlier in this webinar. So not getting serious enough, whether getting proper tools, learning from multiple individuals, right? Jumping in too large too soon. Next is self-doubt. Since most new traders are not getting serious enough in the beginning, they're not investing in themselves, they have unrealistic expectations, they still have that one big memory loss, and they still have that fear of losing money, all sorts of self-doubt now creeps into them. Okay, so by developing these bad habits we are discussing, it leads to major self-doubt. Self-doubt in not only themselves, but self-doubt maybe in the person they are learning from, or I should say persons, plural, they are learning from, or the type of trading they are doing, whether it's day trading, swing trading, candlesticks, whether it be market profile, whether it be this indicator, that indicator, this moving averages, whatever it may be. Self-doubt creeps in on those aspects of their trading when the reality is the self-doubt is coming from the fear of losing money, the one big memory loss, the unrealistic expectations, not invested in yourself, and not getting serious enough in the beginning in your trading. And then finally, is most new traders' biggest mistake, they lack a playbook. They lack if-then statements. And if you don't know what a playbook is, and you don't know what if-then statements are, and you are part of our Micro E Futures Equities etc.com trading room, where have you been? We discuss this all of the time. And in fact, over on the equities etc.com side of the house, we have an entire channel room dedicated to creating a playbook with examples of my own personal playbooks, not for you to copy, but for you to learn from, which includes videos on if-then statements. And remember, this concept or methodology of a playbook or if-then statements is not something that I or our trading room has created ourselves. It is what Wall Street new traders and interns live by, as developed by S&B Capital Traders. So again, if needed, if you're in our trading room, we have a trading channel room. Go visit it. And also, if you can, get the book called The Playbook by Mike Villafiore. And in it, it's no different a playbook than what sports teams will use, a football team will use. In different game situations, they have different plays to use, okay? And if-then statements are simply, if the stock price is going to do X, then I am going to do Y while I'm in the trade. For every possible situation, good and bad, in the trade that can happen, and you have that as part of your playbook, so you know beforehand how you will act during the trade. So, folks, these are some of the common mistakes that new traders make. If you agree, don't agree, that's totally up to you. This stuff I did not make up on my own. It is what is being taught on Wall Street. So hopefully you take it seriously. Feel free to comment in the comment section on YouTube if you like, or direct message me if you are in the room. All I can say is keep grinding, folks. Most of the individuals in our trading room who are successful, and we do now have many, all right, are all developing the good habits. The bad habits all stem from this slide that you're looking at. So feel free to post it, review it. In any case, happy trading, guys. Take care.